Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Let's make it public. Let's make it public. Let's make it public. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Let's make it public. Let's make it public. Welcome, welcome. Let's make it public. Let's make it public. Let's make it public. Hope you're doing. Yeah, it's public. It's public. Yes, it's public now. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing? Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine. I'm doing fantabulous. Fantabulous. I'm doing well, man. I'm having a good night. I'm excited. I'm excited. How you doing? How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome. Are you on LinkedIn? Are you on YouTube? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Bardui Financial Services? Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. I'm losing my words here. And if you're from La Pointe, Point Michel, some people call me Luca Boy. Come in. Tuesdays with Terrence. Hope you like the gear. I'm rocking tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Just before we start, let me play a song just to get us in the mood. Let's see who's here so far so I can give a shout out. You're going to have to put your name in the chat so I know you were there. Let's take a quick look and see what kind of song, man. Let me see what I can play for you tonight. What am I going to play tonight, man? Let's see. Oh, man, I don't know, but I got to get you into the mood. You know what? Let me start with my song. You all know what my song is, right? You know what? I'm celebrating tonight. I want to start with my song, and then I'm going to put another song that some of you may know. This is my song. You all know this one, right? Tuesdays with Terrence.
I'm not the sort of person who falls in quickly out of love. But to you, I gave my affection right from the start.
I gave you all my affection right from the start.
If I have a lover who loves me, how could I break such a heart? You can still get my attention.
I only like one part of this song because she's singing to Havis.
Why
do you come here? Tuesdays with Terrence, right?
Oh, I got troubles enough. Why do you call me when you know I can't answer the phone? Make me lie when I don't want to. I make someone else some kind of unknown fool. You make me stay when I should not. Are you so strong, or is the weakness in me? Why do you come here and pretend to be just passing by?
Are you passing by? Just tell me. I want to hear it.
And I need to hold you tightly.
You know what she said? She said, Havis. She said, Havis. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. I'm excited. I'm celebrating tonight. I'll tell you what I'm celebrating in a little bit. But I'm celebrating health. I'm celebrating all the good stuff tonight. So welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. There are some people on, and I'll give you a shout out in a little bit. You like the swag, man? I'm rocking my brand. Come in, Tuesdays with Terrence. Yes, I love it, man. I had an epiphany, and I decided to do a little something here. But it is what it is. All right, it is what it is. I'm excited. Tonight, let me see. Someone just sent me a text. Let me see what they're saying right here. Someone just sent me a text. Let's just see what they're saying. And they want to get on Tuesdays with Terrence. Nah, they can wait. But you know what? Just before we start, I think I want to play another song. Since I'm in a celebratory mood, some of you all may know this tune from um, Still in Love on the Side. We ain't still in love on the side. I'm giving God praise tonight. So I want to play the reggae version. There it goes a little something like this just before we start. Praising God, yes, for Tuesdays with Terrence.
Christ held me.
Christ help me
In his arms.
in his arms.
Gave his love to me.
He gave his love for me. Easter, right? Celebrated Easter, right?
Gave me my heart.
Yeah, some of you used to rub a dub on this back in the 80s. Remember? What is the gospel version? Gospel version. Gospel.
His love enfolds me.
Yes, his love.
His love protects me.
Yes.
And I'm so thankful.
I'm so thankful.
Now I am here.
Yes, Lord.
If time would stand still and keep me here this way.
You know what?
You know what? Oh, I'll be satisfied just being here with you.
With him, not you, him. Yes.
You set my heart on fire, 'cause I know you're here.
Yeah, some of you used to rub it up on this.
Belongs to you.
Body and soul belongs to
I'm
him.
so thankful.
That's the gospel version.
That I am yours.
I'm so thankful I am yours. Tonight I'm giving thanks. Yes.
Praising God.
Praising God for Tuesdays with Terrence. 3 years and counting.
Praising God.
Streaming on 4 platforms tonight. Yes.
Yes, I belong to you, and you belong to me. Yes, together. That's enough for you. It's enough for me.
Yeah, man. I'm praising God, folks. Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. That was not the Stealing Love on the Slide. This one is the gospel version. Praising God. I'm praising God tonight for a couple of things. One, obviously, Tuesdays with Terrence is 3 years old. In February, we're 3 years old. I used to do Tuesdays with Terrence from my phone. My phone. I used to do it from my phone. Now, I do it from my laptop. I used to do it just on Facebook, just my personal page. And then I started doing it from my personal page and my business page. Excuse me. And then after a couple of years, I started doing my business page, my personal page, and started streaming on LinkedIn earlier this year or late last year, I think, on LinkedIn. And now, as of last month, I'm streaming live right now on my YouTube channel. So you're like, man, what are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I give him the praise, the honor, and the glory, and the thanks. But right now, I'm just trying to, like they say in Dominica, I'm trying to ting. A ting. Jamaicans say ting, we say, I trying to thing, man. I trying to thing. So I'm just trying something here. So now I'm streaming on 4 platforms. Bardui Financial Services. It's right now. It's live there right now. My personal page on Facebook, Havis Bardui. If you're in Dominica, Havis Badwill. All right. And if you're on LinkedIn, it's Havis in parentheses Terrence Bardui or Badwill. That's on LinkedIn. And also right now I'm streaming live on my YouTube channel, Bardui Financial Services. So you just go to Bardui Financial Services, and I need you to go on there and subscribe, like, and so every time it's on, it'll pop up, to remind you that I'm streaming live. So I might not be able to see all the comments. I'll be able to give some shout outs to everybody in a minute. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play my theme song, and we will start going over some news, and I just got someone just gave me a funny text from Canada. That is funny. Well, if you all can see that text, it's hilarious. I love it. I love it. I love it. You see, I have fans all over Canada, England, the Caribbean, Mexico, the USA, and I really appreciate the support that you guys have been giving with Tuesdays with Terrence. You see, the people in America who really needs to, get my stuff, and get what I'm providing, some of them are not as loyal as some of you, but I thank each and every one of you, whether you're here in the States, in Canada, in St. Martin, in Dominica, in Antigua, in Barbados, Trinidad, wherever you're watching, England, wherever it may be, man, I want to thank you for that. But let's play our theme song so that we can start the show and go from there. Let's get our theme song ready and we can start. You ready? Miss Maynard Thomas is La Pointe. Come in. All right. Start it over. Hey, let's come on. There you go. This is my baby sister, Miss Maynard Thomas, all the way in Snellville, Georgia, La Pointe, singing "You Don't Have to Be a Star to Be on My Show." You don't have to be a star. I'm the star. Yes. Thank you, God.
Family, come as you are with just your heart, and I'll help you win. Are you rejected or hurt? Send me your word, much more than you put in.
I don't need no superstars.
No, I don't need no superstar, 'cause I'll accept you as you are. You won't be denied, 'cause I'm satisfied with the help that I can provide. You don't have to be rich family to be on my show. You don't have to have a million family to be on my show.
Boom. The song says you don't have to be rich to be on my show. You don't have to have a million to be on my show. And it's one of those things where I love it. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't care if you're watching on YouTube. I just got a text. Okay. Oh, hey. Oh, all right. Thank you, Sandy Bardu. I got to give her a shout out. She says, congratulations. She's watching on YouTube. And you can go on YouTube as well. But on Facebook, I can interact with you. So, and to be honest, the impetus for my doing it on YouTube, I have 9 siblings. 8 live in North America, 9 live in North America, and 1 lives in La Pointe, Point Michel, the Commonwealth of Dominica. And he is not on LinkedIn. He's not on Facebook, and he could never see my show. So, there was a young lady who helped me with, I guess I had a YouTube channel. I didn't even know when I first created it, but this young lady helped me and I want to give her thanks for that. I want to give her thanks for helping me with that. And last night I had a meeting with, I'm in the process of trying to create videos, 2-minute videos that I'll be posting on my Instagram, my TikTok, and Facebook, and also on LinkedIn, promoting what we do here at Bardui Financial Services on Tuesdays with Terrence in partnership with American Classic Agency, right? The billion-dollar company that cares. So, I'm trying to build everything by myself, one step at a time. I don't have any help. And to be honest, I like the control. I'm a control freak. Because my content is my content. What I put out is for me. Eventually my daughter who's in grad school, she'll be helping me as well. And hopefully I can get my youngest son to help me as well. But one of the things I like doing, I like control of what I do. I mean, people have asked me to come on Tuesdays with Terrence, and I will not bring them on because their platform is not conducive to what I am trying to accomplish. And there's some people that I have to get on, In June, I want to get some people. In May, I want to get a couple of attorneys on. Um, Two of them I've committed, but I have to follow up with them. I don't even know them personally, but I've been following them on Instagram. And, I want to bring them on as well, because we'll talk about a little bit more about, trusts and, living wills and things like that, which is really, really important for people with assets. Like tonight, I just got a call from a client that I got to mail something for, and I told him to tune in on YouTube so they can see me. And they asked me what I'm going to be talking about. I said tonight, well, I'll be talking about a plethora of things, but just for the support. And I want to make it very clear, folks. I have some of my entrepreneur Facebook friends and Instagram friends and YouTube friends and LinkedIn friends. When they're on and I see them, I just put a check mark. There are some people that I always put a check mark. I don't even read what they put in. I can call their names. I can call their names. Dr. Margaret Wallace, Dr. Triffy is one of them. I can also put a thumbs up with that. Dr. Simone, D.A. Rose is another one. Dr. Dale Dangleben. Those are people, and you're like, well, all these doctors? No. And I have to be that. Those are Dominicans like myself. I'm very proud of them. And there's a lot of other people, Drea Travel, Andrea. I like her stuff too. My friend Tay, all the way in Texas. I like her stuff. And if I'm willing to bring entrepreneurs on my show, to talk about what they do, but also to let them realize they need to plan for their future as well. Because at the end of the day, this is a financial services show. So again, I want to thank you, Sandy, for sending me that screenshot. I am now streaming on Bardui Financial Services, my business page. I'm streaming on Havers Bardui, which is my Facebook regular page. I'm streaming on LinkedIn, Havers in parentheses Terrence, 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 and Bardui if you're in Dominica, and my YouTube channel, Bardui Financial Services. So I'm really excited for that. Like, I don't know if I can see all the comments of everybody. Let me give some shout outs to some people real quick. Let me turn down this volume here so it doesn't go on the, so we don't hear it on Facebook. Let me try to turn it down. I got a new thing here and I don't know how to actually use it that well. Let's see. All right, let's go in here. Hey, Tay. I'm watching Tay right now in Texas. I'm talking to her right now. You need to follow her as well on social media. That's her right here. You need to follow her, my Dominican posse. She's on Instagram. She's on TikTok, Facebook, all of that good stuff. So let's see. Let me go in here and see what I have. Let me give some shout outs to some people. Let's see who are in the house tonight. Let's see who's in the house tonight. We have some comments. I want to say welcome to, and even now it also says there's a way that you can put stars and I get paid for it. I don't even know about that. I'm not even looking for that. All right. But what I'm looking for is to educate people and create some plans, and we can go from that route. I don't have to think about the other routes that other people are doing. That's not my mission. So let's see who's on tonight. Let me take a look. So, because I like to give a shout out just before we start. Like you guys say, I'm very excited about tonight. Me streaming on multiple platforms. Yeah, I'm trying to take it somewhere. Hey, all right. I see Cecilia Bedminster. Boy, Luke Vary. Oh, whoa. Oh, yes, man. I'm Vary. I didn't say this song today and tell you that now. More than enough, right? Thank you, Manel. Telling me nice shirt. Delphina Leblanc. Thank you so much. The La Pointe Posse, all the way via Canada. Esther Durant Casimir, all the way in Saint Martin, but Saint Sauveur, I think, Saint David. And actually, you're part of the La Pointe Posse too, because you're married to a Jean La Pointe. My business partner, Venus Patient Accounts Detective Senior. Good night, Miss Elizabeth Bardui. I can't even say that name, Elizabeth Bardui. I love you, Beulah. That's my cousin, my beautiful cousin. Ron Joseph says, Mr. Sonny. That was good. Gaston, I'm starting to look like Mr. Sonny, and my cousin, Elizabeth Bardui, I'm starting to look like Uncle Sonny. I'm starting to look like my father now. I act like him more. I look like him. But he's my dad, and I love it. I love it. And who don't like it? Touffé, like we say in Dominica, choke. All right. And I can see some other people watching. Esther Good Hope, that's right. And there's some other people watching as well. Let me see if I missed anybody. I know Sandy's watching on YouTube, and I'm hoping my eldest brother, Mr. Lennox in La Pointe, is watching here. I love you, big bro, as you recover. I love you. Hey, Peach Goodwill, welcome back, man. We prayed for you. You went to bury your dad. Our condolences. We had a moment of silence on the show for you. Anne-Marie Opong. Oh, wow. Anne-Marie, we still need to talk and connect. We have time, Thank you for your service. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Anne-Marie. Thank you for your service. And everybody else. As you all can see, Tuesdays with Terrence, you see? That's my brand. Tuesdays with Terrence. And people always tell me, I have one Facebook friend who says to me, they call me Kamem. See, so you see my Kamem right there? Hashtag Kamem, So now, when I'm doing my Tuesdays with Terrence, I'm going to use this gear, so that I can, I think there's certain times I may put a suit, depends who's coming on, but I want to keep it light. And the reason I want to keep the show light is so that someone told me today they didn't want to watch it if I was going to talk about what I did for them. And I'm like, well, that's what it's about. But I try to make it light. I try to dance. I've played the guitar. I've done a lot of different things. And some of you send me personal texts, and it's funny to make me laugh. And some of my friends do it. They'll say something to make me laugh. And like one time, Peach Goodwill sent me something and said, you need to shut down the show because you look really tired. I was really sick. I wasn't feeling well. And I did it all the way. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the support of everybody. Sandy and everybody, sending me the thing. There'll be congrats there on YouTube. And anybody else who's watching on YouTube, put a comment in there and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bardui Financial Services. Each and every one of you need to go right now, not right now, after the show, because you're watching it there, and go to Bardui Financial Services and subscribe, because the content that will be on there will be usually this, Tuesdays with Terrence, and other financial stuff. There's not going to be nothing else. Or maybe sometimes I might put some stuff on there, but it'll be all in fun. My content has to be for everybody. And I want to make it very clear. I'm so excited that tonight I'm streaming on 4 platforms. So I'm actually celebrating, man. I'm celebrating, and I wanted to play another song while I'm celebrating tonight. But it's one of those things where, I got to make sure I keep it. Someone just sent me a text. Let me see. Watch me on Facebook. Live now. All right. So basically, what I'm trying to do now is just let you all know. First of all, I want to say this. I'm very grateful to each and every one of you for the support. Over the last 3 years. Sandy Bardui, Peach Goodwill, Atlin Pittman, Esther Duran-Kazemi, those people have been there from 2-3 years now, every week. And as a matter of fact, some of them will apologize to me if they can't make it. Even when Peach Goodwill's father died, and she's my business partner as well, she was apologizing. I'm like, you're going to bury your pops. So that makes me feel good, that I have the support of our family and friends. But I'm going to tell you guys, sometimes you all don't see the stuff I go through to create what I need to do. Because what I'm not going to do, you all think I'm negative sometimes. No, sometimes it's fun. I might go off on some of you all for not liking and sharing. But I don't really put my personal stuff on Facebook or on social media. I put what I want you all to know. And some people have commented me or commended me, so I make them laugh. I was talking to my sister today in Boston. She was telling me some people have told her if they're having a bad day, they just go on my Facebook page and their day is better. I'm like, man, I'm like Dr. Margaret Wallace. I'm like Dr. Triffy. So that's really important. So I try to make the show light, and I try to talk about financial services, but also I try to make it fun for everybody. I try to make it fun for everybody. And I think it's really important that we have fun when we do this, because if I'm just sitting here, just talking about, talking about um, um, this and that, you know, it's not going to work. So basically, it's really important that I realize that I have to thank you, and I love this song because I love you guys too much to ever start lying, right? I love you too much. So let me see if I can put that song back up, start it up a little bit, and then we will start with the show. I've done all my preliminaries. I didn't even look at the stock market today. I think it was up. We'll check it in a minute, but let's look and see. Y'all remember the song? Rubber Dub style in the 80s. Big tune there, big tune. Goodwill. Celia. Boom.
I stopped sending flowers to your apartment. You said you weren't around much anymore.
I stopped.
Yeah. I stopped dropping by without an appointment.
Well, you need an appointment to talk to Tuesdays with
Cause I
Terrence.
heard laughter coming through your door.
Big tune that. Sometimes late at night you still call me, baby.
Before you close your eyes to sleep.
I know some of you are rocking, rubber dubbing, right?
I made a vow that
You're from the islands, you know that tune, you know this tune.
But that's a promise I can't keep.
I love you guys, man. Thank you for your support.
Love you too much to ever start liking you. Woo! Let's leave the story at an end.
Big tune, big tune.
I love you too much to ever start liking you. So don't expect me to be your friend.
Yes.
No, you act so happy when I see you.
Big tune.
You smile and take my hand.
Introduce me to your latest lover. You're not an insurance guy. Me not want him.
Yeah.
I'm the guy.
That's when the world starts crashing in. Cause I love you too much to ever start liking you. Woo. Let's leave the story at an end.
Big tune, big tune. I can see some of you all
I
rocking.
love you too much to ever
Remember, like
start
with
liking
Colin XP doing a musical therapies, whatever it was called. Come on, shake it, guys. Yes. Shooby dooby. Shooby dooby.
I stopped selling flowers to your apartment. You said you weren't around much anymore.
Rhythm.
No, I stopped dropping by without an appointment.
Why? Because I heard laughter coming through your door. Another insurance guy. It's me.
Sometimes late at night you still call me,
baby.
Just before you close your eyes.
Yeah, we're gonna start in a minute. The song's almost finished.
Yeah.
Rub it up.
I made a vow that
you gotta rub it up with your phone. Rub it up with your phone. Yes.
But baby, that's a promise I can't keep. Cause I love you too much to ever stop liking you.
You know, folks.
So let's leave the story at
it's one of those things where, it's really important that, sorry, let me take it all the way down. It's really important that, you have fun in what you do. First of all, some of you guys have a job, right? And you all go to your job and you're miserable. If you notice, I've done this show sick as a dog and nobody ever knew. I've done this show sick as a dog and nobody ever knew, because I love what I do. I love educating. I love talking to people. I love teaching them concepts that they're not aware of. And I want to make it very clear. All right. I want to make it very clear. My other phone is over there, so I need to go here in a minute and look at something. I want to make it very clear. Let me pull it up. It says here that, Oh, by the way, let me reintroduce myself. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. If you're in Dominica, Mr. Badwil. And if you're from Point Michel La Pointe, you call me Luku Boy, which is little boy. All right. I'm from the 767 Waiti Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. Now the South sustains me. And my show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. I enjoy coming here every Tuesday and talk to some of you. There's some of you who love to tune in. I'm like saying to myself, there's some people always on. I'm like, y'all got nothing better to do. But some people tell me they look forward to listening to me with the knowledge I bring, the guests that I bring. I don't always bring guests because sometimes I have to talk to you. So let me tell you something. As I reintroduce myself, energy is always visible, and you can't stop the rain. You can't stop my rain. You know, in my business, there are lows. There are highs, which are the mountains, and there are lows, which are the valleys. And sometimes it can be very discouraging. However, I'm on a mission to help middle American families. And who for those of you who were watching my page today, I put our mission statement. I put it up. We are here, American Classic Agency, the company that cares. We are here to serve as agents of change for families in helping them to protect income, because you got to protect your income in case you get ill. You eliminate debt, not consolidate. We eradicate debt, and we create financial legacies. But this is the caveat. This is the key. Some of you have to start early. Some of you are younger. Some of you are, what's the word? A little more mature. And that's okay. You can still do it. I have clients in their 50s doing it. You know, I have clients in their 40s, in their 30s. There was a young lady who in her 20s who didn't do it because she wanted to wait. And I was trying to show her how to use internet banking to do what she wanted to do. And she didn't like how I came across, and she didn't do it. She wanted to do it, but she didn't want to do it with me, which is fine. And I don't care, excuse me, where or how you do it. I just want to make sure you protect yourselves. You guys have heard me said many times, many times. In the book of Proverbs, it says, a wise man leaves an inheritance not for his children, but his children's children. And I've told you guys many times, I've watched a lot of you talk about how much you love your kids and your grandkids. When their birthdays are, you post it up. When it's National Daughters Day, you post them up. When it's Son's Day, you post them up. You all talk about all these things. Yet, you guys are not showing them or telling them how to start early and have generational wealth where you can access tax favor. Tax favor just means you don't have to pay taxes if you structure it properly. And let me tell you guys something. You know, I was talking to one of my business colleagues, and this is what they told me. And they're watching tonight. And they said to me, because of you, I was able to make sure I put something in place for my father. And their father passed. They also told me, because of you, I've put something in place with me in case something happens to me for my daughter. And because of you, I've put something in place for my daughter as well. Now, the love I was talking about, remember a couple of weeks ago, I had Miss Darlene Flagg, the Vice President of Brand and Marketing of National Life Group. And by the way, National Life Group is a 175-year-old company. And some of you don't even know this. I posted something on social media today or yesterday. And basically, let me tell you what the ratings are of National Life Group. The ratings are, I want to read it properly for you guys. I don't want to like just say erroneous stuff. There it is. AM Best is A plus. That's superior. Those are the three largest rating firms in the United States of America. AM Best for National Life Group, A plus, superior. Standard and Poor's have them A plus, strong, and Moody's have them A1, good. So the company, their ratings is solid. And I've been talking to you guys about, some of you were concerned that you saw what happened in the Silicon Valley Bank and Republic Bank. And some of you guys, I've been talking about infinite banking. I've talked about a long time how you do not save in banks. And some of you come on my posts and you ask me questions, and I kind of give you vague answers, because the point about it is, if you won't engage me in a virtual or actual appointment to educate you more, to try to help you, plus I give all the free information for my post, it means that you are playing games. And I'm not a game player, you know. I'm a big partner. I'm a lover. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. I'm a player. I'm not a player. I just love a lot. Love insurance. I teach people about income protection, debt elimination, and legacy creation. And the tool that we use to accomplish this is life insurance. And some of you don't understand. We had a powerful training last night with my agency, American Classic Agency. And Mr. Eugene Mitchell dropped some gems. I was looking at some statistics the other day, and it blows my mind that people. Let me read this for you. It says there are 80 million Americans. 80 million. What's the population here? About 360 million, 350 million. There are 80 million Americans who say they don't have life insurance, but need it. That's 80 million people. All right? They don't have life insurance, but they need it. And 26 million Americans who have life insurance, but say they need more. So that's 106 million people who are talking about they need more insurance than they need insurance. I've been educating you guys for some time now. The good news is this problem is easy to fix. A financial professional like myself, Mr. Tuesdays with Terrence, Mr. Havis, Mr. H, Mr. Bardui, Mr. Luku Boy, Mr. Little Boy, a financial professional like myself can guide you through the process and help you figure out the right solution for your unique needs. And it's a shame that we don't realize. It bothers me a lot, especially people who look like me. Today, I overheard a conversation of a woman talking to a banker. And the woman said, for 13 years, she's been trying to save some money. The lady doesn't know me. She saved about $57,000 or $58,000, but that she don't want that money for her kids. But it's not in a bank. I don't know how she got the money, how she saved it, what she did. That's not important. So she was talking to a banker, and I overheard the conversation. And I said to her, ma'am, when she was about to leave, I said, ma'am, so you put about 13 years and you saved $58,000, and you're going to put it in a bank, and they're going to give you 0.05%. I had a client I told you all before who had $102,000 in the money market, and their interest for the year in 2019 was like $87, I think. That's chicken feed, man. So I told the lady, I said, you know what? You don't know me, but I overheard you. She said, what did you hear? And I told her everything verbatim. She said, you got good ears. I said, you guys were talking a little loud. I wasn't being a little nosy, because anywhere I am, people think I don't listen. I'm actually a great listener, because I'm trained to listen to clients' needs. And sometimes I pretend like I'm not listening to you, because in a lot of cases, I know what's best for you. When it comes to this realm of financial planning, I know what's best for you. Just like a doctor. Now, you may not take the advice, but it's one of those things. I know what's best. So I told the lady, I dropped some gems and some nuggets on her. And I told her exactly why she should not put her money in the bank. She says, wow, you sound like you know what you're talking about. You're dropping dimes, you're dropping gems. I say, yeah. And I started calling big people's names who've used the concepts like J.D. Rockefeller, you know, Warren Buffett, and, you know, all. I said, you may not like the current president or Biden or whomever, Trump, all them people there. I said, all these people are using these concepts, but they're not telling you. You know why? Because wealthy people don't want you to know what they know. Does Warren Buffett go on and tell you all his investing gems? No. Some people who got very wealthy, like the Amazon guy, Jeff Bezos, some of you guys could continue to contribute to his cause. Some of you need to go to AA, Amazon Anonymous, Alcoholic Anonymous, because every day you all getting packages. And that's your money, right? But my chief marketing officer, Mr. Douglas Anthony Azen, we call him the cash value king. And he says this: the only person who can take care of your future self, your future person, is your current self, your current person. And if you don't plan, you're going to fail. And if you fail, sometimes it was because you didn't plan. Because life happens. People do speculative investing and all these different things, and stuff happen. But there's this concept of what I'm teaching. Zero is the hero. You can never lose a penny. And some of you have called me from Dominica. Some of you have called me from St. Martin. Some of you have called me from St. Croix and St. Thomas and Canada. You know, and I can't help any of you all there. Just the continental United States. Just the states. Not even Puerto Rico. Not Guam. Continental United States. 50 states. And sometimes when I get an urgent call from someone who wants my help right away, like they want my help like last week, something is wrong. Folks, when you have your health and your strength and everything is going fine, you can do backflips, splits, touch your toes, and you can walk a mile or maybe two. That's the time to do it. That's the time to do it. And even on this show, the reason why I can't get very detailed, because then I have to start asking questions. I have to start asking questions to people. Stuff like, I have to say stuff like, well, what's your X? What's your Y? I can't do that. Not on this show. It's confidential. But there are people taking my advice and they're not even here. There's someone right now from Canada who called me and they've augmented what they need to do. They watch, they share my stuff. And I'm so proud of them for doing that. And the reason why I ask some of you to like and share the content, because some of you may not need it. It may be for somebody else. So for example, you have a 401k, a 403b, a 457 if you're a federal employee, a TSP there, and you're over 59 and a half, and they'll allow you to do an in-service withdrawal, which is a rollover, or you're close to retirement and you're still taking risks like you're 22 or 32 or 42 or 52. When you start hitting your 50s, you got to start thinking about, because when you hit 50, you're in the back nine. The good book promises what? 3 scores and 10? That's 70. I'm 58. I'm pushing 70, right? So what I'm trying to say to you guys is simply this. It's simply this. You have to change your mindset. I've given so much information on my page. For example, I'll go to my page and let's look at, hold on. Let's look at, I want to say, let me give a couple of shout outs before I go to my page because I think I want to say hello to Alvin Vassar. Um, and who else is watching? And everybody else is watching. Some of you, I can't see you. So if you don't put a comment in there, I really can't give you a shout out. And by the way, if you guys look, I'm looking up on my phone, my Facebook. I'm in HD now. And man, I'm looking nice. I'm looking fine. And you can say I'm concealed. I don't care. I'm looking in HD. I'm looking, no filters. I'm looking nice. I love it. I love how I'm looking, you know. And remember, I just said I'm going to be creating some videos um, with a content creator, and I'll be putting videos up on my different social media platforms, um, so that you guys can, because some of you guys don't read when I put stuff. Some of you just go like and put a heart on my picture. You don't even know what the content said. I don't mind the hearts. I love the hearts. I don't care if you put a thumbs up, a care, a heart, a wow. I don't even care if you put a laugh. At least it's something. But read the content. And this is what I put. Let me explain this to some of you. Almost everybody who's watching this show tonight don't use every dollar twice. You all don't. You only use it once. There's a way to use it twice. Now check this out. For every dollar you acquire, in other words, every dollar you earn, you may choose to spend it or invest it. So spending it could be groceries, food out, partying, a mani-pedi, massage, a haircut, get your hair done, a vacation, go buy a new pair of sneakers, a basketball, car. That's spending it, right? So for every dollar you acquire, you may choose to spend it or invest it. Invested dollars will grow over time. You see, putting money into a bank account is not an investment. You remember, like back in the day, you would get some nice returns on your accounts in the bank? No. The bank should be there to pay bills, not to invest or save, because you're not going to get anything on it. So invested dollars will grow over time, but spent dollars are gone forever. You ever had some money and then your wallet or your debit card, a statement, you're like, what the hell did I do? Where did it go? So when it's spent, it's gone. It's gone, right? So when it's gone, the potential future value of spent dollars is called opportunity cost. Listen again, the potential future value of spent dollars. So if you had $1 or $50 or $100 and you spent it, the future value of that dollar or $50 or $100 that you spent is called opportunity cost. So check this out. Do you earn interest on an expense? No. When I went to make my gear, the money I spent for it, did I make interest on it? No. Somebody made money off of me. And I hope, by the way, you guys like the gear Tuesdays with Terrence. Come But do you earn interest on an expense? The answer is no. You know it and I know it. Is the expense money spent accessible? So you had $100 and you spent it. When you've spent it, is it accessible? No, it's gone. It's spent. You basically lost it. You may have gotten some goods for it. And you ever gone somewhere, you spend all this money on food and it even tastes good, you threw it out? All right? Is the expense money spent accessible? The answer is no. You know that and I know that. That's basic. A kindergartner knows that. What would the money spent be worth at a future date if you had been able to invest it? So that dollar, that $50, that $100, if you were able to invest it, what would it be worth? Especially if it's earning compounding interest. Albert Einstein called that the eighth wonder of the world. So what would the money spent be worth at a future date if you had been able to invest it? Well, my friends, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that is opportunity cost. And when you spend money, in the bank or take it from out of investment or your 401k or somewhere to go do something. Well, 401k you got to put it back, but in the bank you don't have to put it back. You've interrupted compounding. You've interrupted your compounding because you took out. If you have $50,000, you took out $35,000 cash to go buy a car, or you had $100,000, you took out $50,000 cash to go buy a car because I don't want any bills. By the way, you're not in debt if you can pay off all your bills like that. But why do that? You got to use OPM, other people's money. That's what the wealthy does. You all hate Trump so much, you all don't even see. Trump don't use his money. He uses OPMs, and you can do it too. Other people's money. And most people don't understand that. So that's what opportunity costs. And for every dollar you acquire, you may choose to spend it or invest it. Invested dollars will grow over time, but spent dollars are gone forever. The potential future value of spent dollars is called opportunity cost. Are you doing that? Well, what I teach my clients is you have debt. Some of you pay extra. No, don't do that. You're like, but I can get it out quicker. No. Use OPM. Just pay the minimum. But how do you do that? But you have to understand the debt elimination concept. You have to see your picture. But you don't know what your picture is because you don't know what you're spending. You don't know what you have. You don't. And what bothers me sometimes with people when I ask them questions, like things they should know, they don't know. And a lot of people spend more time. I was reading an article and I printed it, but I'm not going to share all the statistics. People spend more on their vacation than financial planning. Some of you spend more time doing your hair that you will have to sit down with someone like myself for an hour to go over concepts of things you need to change or things you should do. Some of you all don't realize the impact of what you got to do. You understand me? So what I'm saying to you is this, folks. Make sure that you are using OPM, other people's money. But those concepts, you don't know it. You don't understand it. Someone like me, and I'm not going to tell you how to do it in a post. Like someone texts me, if they see this, I really don't care because I'm not calling any names, a classmate from school. What is living benefits? And I said to them, let's schedule an appointment and I'll tell you what it is. I'll get back to you about what's living benefits. No, you won't even give me an hour of your time. And I'm telling you, especially as a woman, you're probably going to lose your husband, your boyfriend, your boo. Men die before women. Statistics prove that. But what you got to do is to make sure, and I want to make this something clear. If you're selfish and you don't care about your children or your family, this show ain't for you. It ain't for you. Because you're going to give me all kind of cockamamie stories and excuses and BS that I don't want to hear because I'm trying to educate you. Instead of you making a conscious decision to change what you're doing, you're going to give me all this, well, I had to work for everything I got. I didn't come from nothing. Well, you know what? Make your next generations and teach. You see, let me tell you all something about the Caucasians. You all can say what you all want about them. They pass that stuff down. The East Indians do that. The Asians, they pass that stuff generation. Well, I don't like my. Pass it down. You can't take it with you. I'm not telling you not to spend and enjoy your life. Yes, but do it properly. Make sure that you're understanding that you can be the bank. Because what your mother have doesn't count. What your father have doesn't count. What your brother, your sister have doesn't count. Create your own. The great Billie Holiday, jazz blues singer, said, Mama may have, Papa may have, God bless the child who has his own. And I've told you guys, as we got 5 minutes left, you know, the Bible tells you a wise man leave an inheritance for his children's children. And I'm so proud of some of you. I can't call your names. I can see multiple clients on here. Some of you are retiring. Some of you will be retiring. Some of you, I'm so grateful for those of you who are making moves, making conscious decisions to change your life. Zero is the hero in everything that you do. You should never lose a penny. Okay, you want to do crypto? I don't do that. You want to do Bitcoin? I don't do that. You want to do stocks, bonds, and mutual funds? I used to. I don't do that. But when you make your money, you get your capital gains. You got to pay tax on it. When you get your money, redirect some of that and scale your losses where you make zero the hero. Do like the wealthy. Do like Walt Disney. He used this concept I'm talking about. Do like Ray Kroc, founder of McDonald's. He used the concept I'm talking about. Do like the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, all the wealthy families. Y'all, you all rather wear Gucci, Prada, and Louis Vuitton than to create wealth like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and Prada. I'm not saying don't get it. I'm not saying don't get your hair done, your nails did, your toes done, your your back done, your this, that. I'm not saying don't do that. What I'm saying to you folks is simply this. Make sure that you are at least allocating something for your future self, because your future self is depending on you today. Every time I go into Walmart, I see some of these old people in there. Can't even walk. Got to sit down. Welcome to Walmart. They ain't there to welcome your butt. They're there because they need to supplement their income. And I'm not picking on some of these people. A lot of them didn't know better. And some of them didn't plan. And some of them, life happens. And life happens. We're not talking about life happening. We're talking about lack of proper planning. So right now, I am streaming on 4 platforms. Bardui Financial Services, Havis Bardui, Havis Terrence in parentheses Bardui on LinkedIn, and Bardui Financial Services on YouTube. And I'm trying to tell everybody, I want to use the gospel, about somebody, me, who can help anybody. You see, even if you're uninsurable, there's a way that you can use infinite banking. It's called survivorship. And some of you don't, you could use the concept. Use the concept. Because you can get to access the funds. You can't be working all your life, putting money in a bank and getting chicken feed. That's asinine. You all are way smarter than that. You all are smarter than me. I'm just better looking than y'all. But you got to change. You got to change your mind. Every Tuesday I come on and I educate. You don't have to do a budget, write one out. You have a problem spending, cut up all your credit cards. Don't cancel them, cut them up. And save. And make sure you're taking care of that future self. Remember I talked about living benefits? What if you can't work? You have a catastrophic illness, critical injury, critical illness, chronic injury, chronic illness. How are you going to fund that? Long-term and short-term disability. I was talking to someone this week who was on long-term and short-term disability at the job down in Georgia. And ran out. What you going to do? Have an emergency pool of money. Every single one of you watching tonight who live in North America, you're a legal alien with a green card or a social security number or U.S. citizen, need to contact me and start putting something in place. And if you have some health challenges, we'll find creative ways. We'll do other things. We'll show you. But you all need to be dumping all your excess money into this concept so that you can access it tax-free. So, point is, someone just texted me, and let me see what they said. Um, oh yeah, someone put a joke. I love it. My friend sent me Texas. Uh, they sent Texas, from Dominica here in the U.S. and Canada, different, and they sent Texas. It makes me laugh. I love that, folks. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. If you're in Dominica, Mr. Badwilla. And if you're in La Pointe, Point Michel, you call me Luku Boy. That's for the little boy. I'm 6 foot, but back in the day, I was really short. Whitey Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. Now the South sustains me. And let me tell you, folks, I'm so glad that I can stream on 4 platforms to continue spread. I'm like a minister. Remember the minister of the gospel? They be preaching. Some of y'all don't never want to listen, and y'all think he's preaching about you. No, he ain't preaching about you. He's just making general statements. So my gospel is creating generational wealth. Each and every one of you need an IUL. What's an IUL? Let me talk to me and let me show you. We can create one so that you can access it down the road. And some of you have lump sums of money in the bank. Let me show you how you can start using it as an infinite banking concept, where you're using other people's money, OPM, and you're paying it back, just like you would do with your credit card or your mortgage. Like you're talking about, well, how are you doing that? Well, that mortgage that you're paying, it's your house. You need your daggone house. You have a title? Don't pay the mortgage for 3-6 months. See what happens. You got a car? Don't make those car payments for 3-6 months. See what happens. You're hiding from the repo man. You're hiding from the foreclosure people. Well, you can't hide the house, but you can hide the car, right? It's simple, this, folks. Financial planning should not be rocket science. It's very simple. And I'm rocking my gear tonight. You're like, some of you are going to be texting me, oh, you want it? No, you want it? I'll tell you how much it costs. You got to go in your pockets. You guys want to rock Tuesdays with Terrence? I'm building my brand. It's 3 years now. I've never missed a show except one time. That when George Floyd, one Tuesday in June of 2021, I put a black screen for an hour. I've done this show sick as a dog. I've done it in Vegas. I've done it in New York. I've done it in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Massachusetts, Florida. Where else have I done it? Now, 2018, it wasn't on yet. And if I go out of the country, I'll be doing it wherever I do it. Wherever I am, I'll do it. Let me tell you something as we leave for tonight. I'm not asking you to do anything you can't do. If you watch this tonight, like it. Some of you don't share it, it's okay. Like it. Share it. You don't want to share it? Show it to someone and say, this guy can teach you how to change your family's future forever. And don't tell me about how much you love your kids and your grandkids and you only do it jack, because you're lying. And you can't fool me. You can't play a player, yo. I grew up in the hood in Boston. Now, I grew up in the hood. You can't punk me. Don't try to punk me. You can't punk me. If I do something for you, I did something for you, but you don't think you're punking me. I just want you to know that the wealthy you're doing it, the average person can do it. And my goal is to reach everyone that friends me. When I meet somebody, I don't talk about my kids and all of that or what they do. I talk about income protection, debt elimination, and legacy creation. Because that's what you need. Because what's my kids going to do for you? Some of you all, when I meet you, want to tell me about that. I'll listen. What are you doing for them? I want to see $1 million families. I want to see $1 million families. And my friend, who said that and my business partner who said that because of me, they were able to get over $1 million worth of life insurance for their dad. And they've put stuff in place for themselves. Use life insurance as a tool to create wealth while you could access it while you're alive. Stop putting money in the banks. I can blow your mind with concepts of illustrations. I ain't gonna do that. Last week I did some. I ain't gonna be doing that all the time. You all need to change your mindset. And for those of you who don't know what kamen means, it means, you know what I'm saying? It is what it means. You heard? Word. So I use that term a lot. And my job is to make sure that I want to say tonight, I want to give a shout out to Tay who's watching tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Tuesdays with Terrence. And all the other people who are watching tonight. I am so proud of you all for tuning in. There's something else you could have been doing tonight, but you made it your business to tune in to Tuesdays with Terrence. And Thomas Bervinia, oh, you made it back from New York. Listen, young lady, great information that leaves me thinking about life insurance. And let me tell you something. You can think about it. I'm not picking on you. I'm making a point. You can think about it day and night. Knowledge without action, you're BSing yourself. I'm not talking about you, young lady. I'm talking about anybody. Knowledge, when you get knowledge, you have to take action. And you're not taking action, you're basically wasting your time. And let me tell you something. I got a call last month from someone, an urgent call about their mother. I told that person 3 years ago to put something in place for their mother. That person's mother is ill in the hospital, believe it, a brain tumor. I hope she lives, but it's too late. Don't let too late be your cry. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Luku Boy. That's for little boy. Going all the way back to the 767. Y.T. Kubuli, the Commonwealth of Dominica. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. Now the South sustains me. I'm streaming on 4 platforms now. So for those of you who ain't got Facebook, they can go on my YouTube channel and watch it anytime. You're on LinkedIn, become my friend, you can watch it there too. All I'm saying to you is don't let too late be your cry. And as I play my theme song that says, you don't have to be a star to be on my show. You don't have to have $1 million to be my client. All you have to do is do like the Asians. You mean for $100, $50, $200, $500, I can create multi-million-dollar generational wealth for my family? Yes. For my boys, my girls, my children, my grandchildren? Yes, you can. Let me show you. Let me create a special plan just for you. And I won't be mad if you don't do anything. But I tell you what, like I told my colleague yesterday, you all better don't hit me up with no GoFundMe when you're sick with a critical illness or chronic illness, or if something happens. I will pray for the family. Go to your church, go somewhere. Go, this monkey ain't playing that game no more. No. And I don't care if you're in the Caribbean, you can put something aside as well. Learn about it there. Find out about a company, find the company's name and their phone number, and we'll call them together for you. If you're my friend or my family member, I'll help you there. But then you're calling out of the United States, I can help you. You don't have to be a star to be on my show. You don't have to have $1 million to be on my show, but you have a star tonight. Like and share. Good night, everybody. I love you. Thank you for the jokes. Everybody made me laugh tonight. Yes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Tuesdays with Terrence. Come in.
Family, come as you are with just your heart, and I'll help you win. Are you rejected or hurt? to me you're worth much more than you put in.
I don't need no superstar.
Now I don't need no superstar.
I'll accept you as you
'Cause
are.
I'll accept you as you are. You won't be
I don't care if you're
denied.
sick.
'Cause I'm satisfied with the help that I can provide. Family to be on my show. You don't have to have a million family to be on my show.
Boom. I love you. God bless you. Take care of the ones you love with love insurance, not life insurance, love insurance. Have a good night. Tuesdays with Terrence. I want to make a quick announcement. On Thursday night at 7 p.m., those of you who are friends with Dr. Margaret Wallace, um, um, trauma and finances. I'll be a special guest on her show, on her podcast. I'm going to stream it live from my page, my Facebook page. So if you're my Facebook friend, you'll be able to look at it as well. But Dr. Margaret Wallace, you can follow her on Facebook as well. She's on also on Dr. Triffy, THRIPPHI Triffy. You can follow her on Facebook. She's on LinkedIn, YouTube. I think she's on Instagram as well. But the point is, Dr. Margaret Wallace. Margaret Wallace is my Facebook friend. I'll be a special guest on her show on Thursday at 7 p.m. All right, and we're gonna talk about some of you trauma and finances. Some of you have gone through some losses, and it'll be very interesting. She's a clinical psychologist, a PhD, and I'm very honored to be on her show. I'm looking forward to being on there so I can educate the masses, her clients or her friends. And listen, man, don't be shy to contact me about helping you, though. And some of you could do what I do. American Classic Agency, the billion-dollar company. We put $1 billion in generational wealth last year. My goal was 25 million and I made it. This year I want to go for 75 million. I want to help people that look like me. Brown, black, people of color. The Caucasians are doing it. The wealth disparity between a Caucasian and an African American is 171,000 to 17,000. And they said at retirement, the average Caucasian, would have over $1 million. The average African American would have about 100 grand. And don't say they don't want to be. Yes. You all will research an iPhone, a sneaker, a hairdo, a doggone ring, a doggone necklace, all kind of stuff. You don't have to do the research for the financial services. You got me. I can help you. And that's my last. Good night. I love you. 3 years and counting. I started doing this on my phone. Now I stream I'm in HD now. I'm looking at it on my phone. It looks very nice. Closed caption, all of that stuff. Tuesdays with Terrence, my brand. Good night. God bless you. Some of you, I'm going to text you in a minute. Good night. Like, share, subscribe, follow, subscribe on YouTube, Badui Financial Services. Follow on Badui Financial Services on YouTube. You can, and on Facebook, you can friend me. But it's public. You can watch my content. I love you.